Welcome back to Good Living. Well, it's so exciting. I know we've been talking about this all week, but Disney on Ice hits town this weekend. Tomorrow night is opening night at 7 o'clock, and it's a real treat now to be having a chat with some of the cast and, of course, performance director from Disney on Ice. I'd like to welcome Melissa, who plays Alice, and also Scott, who's a performance director. Thank you for joining me. I know it's a busy time for you guys at the moment, isn't it?
Yes, but we're so excited to be here in New Zealand, especially to be here in Christchurch and performing for everybody.
And we've put on the good weather for you too, which is thrilled about. Good thing you're inside all the time.
That's right.
So today, it's Thursday, the day before the show. Scott, what's the planning like at the moment? What's happening down there at the arena?
We have our crew guys. They're down there getting, loading, unloading our trucks. They're getting the lights set up and everything. The ice floor has been laid. Make sure the ice is right. And then tomorrow they'll finish everything else, and then we'll come in and we'll practice, and then we'll have our show tomorrow night.
Okay, so for you guys today, it's just about kind of regrouping and getting all ready, and then tomorrow's the big rehearsal day once the ice is all done?
Absolutely, yes.
So can you tell us, Scott, how do we get that ice rink in an arena like that? What happens? We have our own trucks that transport everything. We have panels that we lay down on the floor, and then they're all connected, and then the fluid, like it's a brine fluid that goes through it, will create the coldness for the water to freeze on it. And we can take that floor and we can put it anywhere. So is there ever a time when you're like, it hasn't set enough, or a panic station set in?
Sometimes, because there are things that could go wrong with it, and but they do the best they can to make sure that's great for the performers.
And all ready to go.
Yes.
Okay, now it's on ice, so I can't begin to imagine how difficult that must be. But Melissa, for someone like you, you've been skating almost all of your life, haven't you?
Yeah, I started skating when I was 3. So
3
I've been
years old when
skating
you
for 28 years.
Yes.
Yes.
And is it because that's something that's big in Canada, obviously, and most people skate?
I think so, yeah. A lot of people either tend to go towards figure skating or towards hockey. And there's so many different avenues, too. There's recreational or there's competitive. And for me, what I loved about skating was always the artistic side of it. I always loved, the performing aspect of the sport. And I was lucky enough to go and see Disney on Ice shows as a family tradition with my family every year. And I remember being 7 and sitting there seeing Pinocchio on ice and saying, this is something I really want to do when I grow up. So when the time came, I was 18 and I auditioned, actually. Scott auditioned me.
Really?
Yes.
So you guys have been working and knowing each other for that long?
Yes. And then I got the phone call in June, and I've been touring the world with Disney on Ice for the past 12 years and having the best time. That's
one of the brilliant things about that, is that Disney is all about dreams, and that's your dream and it's come true.
Yeah, my Disney dream absolutely came true. So yes.
What was the first Disney production that you did?
The first Feld Entertainment project I did was called Anastasia on Ice. And that was a wonderful show. I was so lucky to be part of that cast. And then I did Wizard of Oz on Ice after that, and then I got into the Disney shows. So the first Disney show I did was Beauty and the Beast.
So now you're playing Alice from Alice in Wonderland, which is very exciting and very cute, I would imagine, too. So tell me a little bit about that story within the show.
Well, what's so great about our show is that if anyone's never been to Disneyland before, this is your chance to come and experience the magic that the park brings. And we take you on an adventure and we go through all the major attractions that the theme park has. So along with seeing all those great characters, Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, Buzz Lightyear, Cinderella, and Snow White, you also get to go on those teacups that everybody loves that that spin around so fast, as well as going to the Haunted Mansion where you're spooked by some friendly ghosts. You get to see some friendly monkeys on a jungle cruise, and that's only in the first half of the show. In the second half of the show, there's Pirates of the Caribbean. So we really do get to see every single element of the park.
And when we say it's an extravaganza, it really is, Scott, for the children, isn't it? I mean, you must sometimes look at their faces as they're in the audience and go, wow.
It's an incredible opportunity for me to watch the children and even the parents and the grandparents. The show's for everyone, all alike, and they'll sing along to It's a Small World, It's a wonderful entertainment for the entire family.
Such a magical experience, isn't it? So with Disney on Ice, the story about this, Melissa's told us a little bit about, but so we've got the 5 main essential, Mickey and Minnie, they're together with Pluto and the team.
So we have all of the great characters, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Pluto. Daisy comes into the Act 2. We have Edna Mode, and of course we have the Incredibles that help kind of save the day later on in the show.
So kind of old Disney and new Disney?
Absolutely, it's a combination of both.
Wonderful. Well, we might just have a quick little look so our viewers can have a wee tease before they're about to go and see the show. This is the kinds of things that you'll expect, and we can see there, that's the Incredibles there, is it?
Yes, it is. Yeah. They're in their super suits, which are the costumes that Edna Mode designs.
How hard is it to be in a Mickey or Minnie costume?
Well,
the great thing about what we do is we have my costume, I mean, it's a beautiful dress, but it does take me some time to adjust to that. And we have a great rehearsal period that's, you know, about 6 weeks long, where we are able to adapt and you know, maybe counteract some of that, you know, torque from the skirt, that I can, you know, I can land my position a little differently so that I don't feel that. So for my skating costumes that I wear in the show, which are absolutely beautiful and stunning, as you can see in this footage, you learn to adapt to them.
So Scott, you're obviously a skater.
That's
as
correct,
well,
yes.
to be able to be performance director for this. So do you choreograph?
No, the show is pretty much choreographed from the beginning. We might tweak it here and there just to, you know, update it a little bit to keep it a little bit fresh. But it's pretty much set from the beginning. We have a great choreographer that takes care of everything. So.
Are there any New Zealanders in the cast by chance?
No.
We're not so much on the skaters,
We
you
do
know.
have an international cast, actually. We're very fortunate. We have skaters from about 10 different countries. You know, we have people from Russia, from Mexico, Canada, United States, Sweden, Hungary, Romania, Czech Republic, but we don't have anybody from New Zealand.
Well, there's still time.
We used to have someone from Australia.
Oh, that's
so
close enough.
There's a few skaters in the company from Australia. I know it's not quite the same, but yeah.
But the tour itself, I mean, it's huge, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You started in June last year?
We did,
World
yes.
Tour?
We started in Japan, and we were in Japan for 4.5 months, and then we took on the Philippines, and we went to China, and we did Southeast Asia, and now we are here in New Zealand.
And then you finish up in Australia?
We do, and that'll conclude just one very exciting year, I should say, for us touring.
So what's it like for both of you, Scott and Melissa, like being on the road for that whole time?
I love it. Every city is something new, and I've never been to New Zealand, so I'm super excited to be here. To go out and see the city and to see the sights, it's like a trip of a lifetime to get to see these wonderful things and learn about different cultures and see how different people live and everything. It's just incredible.
And when this finishes and you go back home, I mean, obviously you don't keep apartments or flats or anything like that going, so you go back and stay with friends and family until the next gig?
Exactly. And those breaks vary. I mean, sometimes it's 2 weeks, sometimes it's 6 weeks, sometimes it's 3 days. It just depends on each tour, so you try to make the best of when you're at home. But for me, like when I'm home, I miss this so much. I miss the touring, I miss the performing, I miss, you know, just getting to do what I love on a daily basis. It's an adjustment when you go home, definitely.
I would imagine so, because I guess you work so closely with everyone that's part of the show that you become quite a tight-knit little group.
Yeah, and it's
Big
great.
group, I should say.
It's great because you want to go see a movie, or if you want to go out sightseeing, you can just like knock on the person next door and like, hey, like, you know, let's go. And the next thing you know, you got 6 people going on an adventure. When you get home, you don't have that same camaraderie, so it's a bit of an adjustment.
Yeah, I can absolutely imagine that. So what's next for both of you?
Cool.
Well, we have a European tour coming up next year. So we'll go home after. Once we close in Australia, we'll rest up for a bit, and then we'll regroup, and we'll take on Europe next year.
Wow, so it's never ending, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's just,
always something new and something exciting for us.
And so, Scott, you'll be involved with the European tour as well?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, it's great to meet you both. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you
in,
for having
braving
us.
our lovely weather out there today. Good luck for tomorrow. No, opening night is going to be huge, absolutely fantastic, and you're here for 3 days only. So we have got a double pass for you to be at Disney on Ice. Now, this is Saturday's performance, 6 o'clock. If you would like to win it, do try now, 03 3777 033 for the afternoon show only, and you could be heading along to Disney on Ice. And remember, if you'd like to book your tickets, do not dilly-dally around. Make sure you give Ticketek a call right now. Book your tickets and, of course, have a look at the website as well. And you can do that through disneyonice.co.nz.